And thank you for joining us on KGW News at noon. I'm Tim Gordon. Chris McGinnis will join us in just a moment for our first look at your weather. But we start with this afternoon's top stories. Several school districts are dealing with an influx of illness. It's led to a change in schedule today at districts in both Multnomah and Clackamas County schools. The Corbett School District superintendent told parents all campuses are closed due to both student and teacher call-outs. In the Colton School District, elementary school staff sent out a letter saying the district will have a 3-hour delay today so they can disinfect the building. But if too many staff members call out over the weekend, they may decide to close the elementary school on Monday. Portland police have issued arrest warrants against 2 security guards in connection with an assault on a MAX train last October. Edward Arndt and Cruz Bost are facing charges after a passenger accused Arndt of forcefully bumping him and pushing him to the ground, and Bost of jumping on the passenger's back and putting an arm around his neck. Bost is accused of strangulation, while Arndt faces a lesser charge. The passenger also suing Trimet, but Trimet says the security guards were contracted through a third party and are no longer serving Trimet in any way. This morning, the Senate blocked a massive 6-bill spending package over funding intended for the Department of Homeland Security. All Senate Democrats voted against the package, demanding Republicans agree to separate funding for the DHS from the rest of the package so it can be renegotiated. If a deal is reached, the House would have to return to D.C. to vote, and final approval could be delayed until Monday. Even if there is a partial government shutdown, ICE will keep operating using money allocated in the domestic policy package that was passed last summer. And turning to your weather headlines now, with this live look from the Springs Skycam. On the Vancouver waterfront, you see a few drops there on the lens, but there's the interstate bridge in the distance. Checking in with Chris McGinnis now. And Chris, we've got a little bit more rain today, huh?
Yeah, about a quarter of an inch or so here at our KGW News studios in downtown Portland since late yesterday afternoon, and we're probably on par to get another 10th or so. There's a look at radar over the last 3 hours. We'll stop it now and give you the live scan. This heaviest rain actually now appears to be up in northern Cowlitz County, eastern Columbia, northern Clark County and southern Cowlitz County, and then down towards the Woodburn, I want to say like Wilsonville, Woodburn, and Salem area. In fact, right now, Marion County, you see some yellows and oranges there, indicative of some of that more moderate rainfall that's occurring right now. And we need the rain, believe it or not. With all the dry weather that we had in the middle of the month, the water year, which we start measuring rain for our water year October 1st, we're now actually a little below average. So come on, rain. And it's going to rain a little bit more the rest of this afternoon. In Salem, it's 54 degrees. No rain being reported at the airport, but clearly it's raining on the Capitol Mall there. In Vancouver, we got the breeze out of the east, so that's keeping us in the 40s in Vancouver and Portland right now. We'll bump that temperature up a little bit today into the low 50s, I think, before things are said and done, with on and off light rain for the remainder of our Thursday. Back to you.
Chris, thank you. To Salem, where the short session is set to get underway on Monday, with everything from transportation to the response to the president's immigration crackdown potentially at stake. Blair Best has a preview.
The responsibility to show up.
Inside a renovated state capitol.
This is my first time speaking in one of the new hearing rooms, so interesting acoustics.
Top Oregon lawmakers laid out their agendas for this year's short legislative session.
The budget is going to be the overwhelmingly difficult thing. It's going to be the focus of the session.
Senate President Rob Wagner stressing the importance of setting the right tone during an increasingly divided political climate.
And I encourage everyone to approach the conversations that they have with delicacy and kindness.
Among lawmakers' top priorities, balancing Oregon's budget that will soon see a nearly $900 million cut thanks to the federal government.
And what's worse is that this is going to be a long-term problem. We are looking at cuts to programs like Medicaid and SNAP of about $15 billion over the next 5 to 6 years.
Another budget focus, filling the Oregon Department of Transportation's nearly $300 million gap.
I will say that there have been very thoughtful, specific conversations about existing dollars in the Oregon Department of Transportation. These are tough choices.
We don't want any more taxes, but we can resolve the ODOT budget without raising taxes.
State government should tighten its belt the same way Oregon families have been forced to do over the last few years.
Lawmakers clashed on how the state should respond to the federal government's immigration enforcement tactics.
And it is increasingly feeling un-American. And I think Oregonians are really concerned about what that means.
But I do think that we have to shift from the fear elevating talk and really look at what's trying to be accomplished here.
I do have a strongly differing opinion from the leader on what makes Oregonians safe.
It's very important that we have lawful immigration enforcement that doesn't put people's lives in danger.
The governor is also preparing to introduce bills related to growing the economy by creating more jobs, building more affordable housing, and cutting red tape for behavioral health workers.
House Bill 4082, that is a targeted approach to creating more housing for Oregonians who are 55 and older.
During multiple news conferences Wednesday, an underlying challenge emerged: how to create unity during a time of great divide.
People are tense. That's outside the legislature. And I will just say, I often have conversations with Oregonians right now in the grocery store and other places. People are concerned. So there is a lot of tension. And so what I say to folks is, let's focus on what we can handle. Let's work together. And I think we can solve problems here in the state.
Blair Best.
That was Blair Best reporting. Meanwhile, in Olympia, Washington lawmakers are one step closer to banning ICE agents from wearing masks during operations in the state. The state Senate passed a bill to ban the use of facial coverings by all law enforcement agents. Democrats say law enforcement should not have any reason to hide their identities. But Republicans argued officers should have the right to protect their identities from protesters who have harassed officers.
I want to stand very firmly on this bill and make a statement that in America and in Washington state, we will not accept secret police, and we will not accept any institution that hinders our ability to solve crimes and make sure that we have public safety institutions whole and communities safe.
The reason that they are currently wearing masks is they were threatened personally. Them and their families were threatened personally. That's why they're wearing masks. They're not wearing masks because they're secret police.
Now the bill heads to the House for debate in Washington. Also on the immigration front, a new court filing for the first time confirms that the feds explored building an ICE detention facility at the Newport airport at the coast. Local leaders have suspected this since the Coast Guard moved its rescue helicopter from Newport in October. A new ICE document confirms officials looked into using the airport for a temporary holding site, but the Coast Guard said in December the location was no longer available, and of course the helicopter was returned to Newport. ICE also said it has no plans to build any facility there before May, though it's unclear what could happen after that. Well, some major changes are coming to Portland's iconic Rose Festival this year. Organizers announced the changes at a press conference yesterday afternoon. One of the biggest changes, combining the Starlight and Grand Floral parades. Organizers say it's partly due to cutting costs, but they're also trying to create one bigger, better event overall. It's a change those who sit on the board for the parade say they've been years in the making.
We love this festival more than anything. We're tireless volunteers for this festival. We love it so much, and what we're about to produce is something that we're very good at, and I hope that people come out and see that and feel that love.
The merging of the two historic parades into one is now the Care Oregon Grand Floral Starlight Parade. It's a mouthful. For more details and other changes coming to the event, check out the article on our website, kgw.com. Well, after the break here, from the iconic hair to flawless performances on the ice, one of Team USA's greatest figure skaters is making a return to competition after retiring at just 16 years old. And later, she's on her way to reaching for the stars, literally. Meet a Washington woman on her way to becoming a part of NASA's newest class of astronauts.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
We have less than 8 days until the opening ceremonies kick off the 2026 Winter Olympics in Italy. All part of that ceremony, the Olympic flame, of course. It's a key part. It's continuing to wind its way through the country to its final destination. The flame recently passed through the venue for ski jumping at the Games. It's still roughly 180 miles away from arriving in Milan to light one of 2 Olympic cauldrons there. Quite a journey. And with the start of the Winter Games rapidly approaching, we are highlighting the journey of U.S. figure skater Alysa Liu. She retired from skating at 16 years old, then spent some time away from the ice before she decided to make a comeback. Matt Renew has her story.
Skating is a sport that demands a lot to reach an elite level.
Most of it was a blur, I will say, just because I was so young.
Taking up almost every minute of an athlete's day. And for U.S. figure skater Alysa Liu, that was just too much.
I was traveling so much because of it, and I was starting to get sick of it.
At 16, at the top of her sport after winning gold at the 2022 Olympics in Beijing, Alysa walked away from skating and retired.
I kind of just fell out of love with it, and I was like, after Olympics, I really want to quit, and that's exactly what I did.
All so she could spend more time with family and friends.
I was going to concerts, which I never could have done before.
Doing all the things a teenager usually does. Hanging out, getting her driver's license.
So I could drive myself around, drive my siblings, my friends around. I did a whole year at college and a little bit of the sophomore year as well.
Living a normal life. That included learning to ski.
I was skiing and I really enjoyed it, and I was like, I want to ski all the time.
But it was that time on the slopes, or at least heading to the slopes, that got Alysa thinking about coming back to skating.
Skiing felt very similar to skating. You know, you're exhausted, your legs hurt, you're cold. That's like everything you feel when you're skating. And so I thought, well, if I enjoy skiing so much, there's no way I don't enjoy skating.
Because in her mind, why drive hours to be cold on the snow when you can find a rink and be cold skating a little closer to home?
It is so inconvenient to drive all the way to the mountains. When an ice rink, you could feel the exact same things that you feel when you're skiing on the rink. I would pick that.
So Alysa put those skates back on and got back on the ice.
I love the arts, I love dancing, and I love music, and I love sports, and that's what figure skating is. So I kind of realized that.
Better now, she says, than ever.
I just felt stronger, you know, my balance is a lot better.
Now, at 20, she's once again the #1 ranked female figure skater competing at the 2026 Winter Olympics.
I am really excited for it because it's the biggest stage that you really get.
Where she could earn another gold, and after having some fun, show the world all the work she's been up to.
I put so much work into them, like costumes, choreography, and like just vibe of it. And I'm just really excited to display my art.
And we're excited to see her do it. A reminder, the Olympics kick off Friday, February 6th, the opening ceremony in Milan. You can catch that right here on NBC and KGW. And here's Chris McGinnis now with a preview of your weather. Chris?
Surf's up. How about from skiing to surfing? We've got the live look from our sponsored by Seaside Oregon camera here along the Oregon coast. And we've got some light rain falling there, a light breeze as well, where a lot of us are seeing on and off light rain this afternoon. We'll walk you through your full forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Hi, Chris McGinnis is here, and we're Thursday, a little bit of rain here and there, huh?
A little here and there, and then a 50-50 weekend. So let's get right into it. Occasional rain. We've picked up about 1/4 of an inch of rain since the rain started yesterday here in Portland. Moderating temperatures, too. After days and days and days of temperatures that were starting off in the morning in the 20s, we're done with the frosty mornings, and temperatures are moderating. All right, tomorrow, another shot of light rain, generally under 1/4 of an inch. And then, as I mentioned, the 50-50 weekend. Check this out. Last day of January, of course, is Saturday, right? So near record warmth expected on Saturday. The record high for Saturday is 62, and we did that just a couple of years ago, back in 2020, and I've got us at 60. How about that? Showers then back in the picture on Sunday, and then that might be the last rain that we see for another 5 to 7+ days. This is becoming a really interesting winter, and not in a good way in terms of lack of rainfall and especially lack of snowfall up in the Cascades. But we've got the rain today, and radar over the last 3 hours certainly depicts that. Let's zoom in a little bit right into the heart of the Portland-Vancouver metro area. Some pretty good pockets of rain now up into the West Hills and then up across the river into Vancouver and then down to the south in Marion and Polk counties and Yamhill counties. It's raining pretty good south side of McMinnville through Salem and Kaiser as well. And up on the mountain, we've got a little bit of snow, not much, but 32 degrees right now at 6,000 feet on Mount Hood with a fresh inch up there. This is our camera checking out some of the skiers in action. 41 right now in the Dalles with calm winds, kind of a low-hanging cloud deck there. Rain returning to the Capitol Mall. It's raining here, but not necessarily at the Salem Airport where it's currently 54. And then in the northern Willamette Valley, we're right near the cold outflow from the Columbia River Gorge. The east breeze, though, keeping temperatures in the 40s right now in both Vancouver and here in Portland. Okay, the big perspective, one round of rain rolling on through today. That's our next weather maker, and that'll come in probably midday tomorrow, and I'll show you that with Futurecast in a second. As I mentioned, a little cooler here in Portland right now at 47 with the east breeze. South breeze, though, down towards Eugene and Salem, keeping folks in the central and southern Willamette Valley a bit milder at lunchtime here. All right, one round of rain moving on through this afternoon and this evening. A dry break, so possibly a dry morning commute, and then the next round comes in. Focus on midday Friday, so it looks like we could be a little wet for lunchtime here in the lunch commute, and then Friday evening and into Saturday we dry it out and bring what could be a round of, again, record or near record temperatures on Saturday. So we close out the month of January on a very mild note. Another round of rain comes in on Sunday. Of course, Monday, Groundhog Day. That could start another run of dry weather. And right now the models going out 16 days show us the whole first week of February being dry into the following weekend. We'll be right back.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
And welcome back here on KGW Plus. This afternoon, we're hearing from the Northwest Washington woman tapped to be one of NASA's newest astronauts. Lauren Edgar is from Sammamish, which is east of Seattle. She's joining NASA's Artemis program, which aims to return humans to the moon and establish a sustained presence there in preparation for future Mars missions. Edgar is an experienced geologist and has worked on mission exploration for more than 17 years, specifically focusing on exploration on Mars. She spoke to our affiliate from Seattle about how she'll spend the next 2 years training in Houston.
In that time, we're learning everything from how to fly, airplanes, practice for spacewalks, get to learn about a lot of the ISS, the space station systems. I just came from a robotics class this morning where I'm learning how to operate the robotic arm on the space station.
After Edgar finishes training, she'll be eligible for mission assignments, which could include trips to the International Space Station or even the moon. We'll be right back after the break. Stay with us.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
And before we let you go today, Tula 2 is turning 1 this weekend. There she is. The Oregon Zoo shared these photos showing her growth through the first year. The zoo has a celebration this Sunday, so morning tickets are sold out, but there's still some spots in the afternoon if you want to go. Go to OregonZoo.org for more information on that. And the zoo has some big discounts coming next month. From February 28th through March 6th, tickets are just $13 per person, about half of the regular price. So that's a lot of fun. Go see Tula 2.
Saturday, be a good day at the zoo. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Check out the Saturday forecast.
Oh boy.
Near record warmth. Saturday's record high is 62 set back in 2020. I've got us dry, and if with enough sunshine, we could get there. I've got us at 60. In the meantime, on and off light rain today and tomorrow with temps in the 50s. And then as we look forward to next week, the first full week of February. If I could take that forecast out 5 more days, it may be 5 more days of dry weather. Unbelievable.
Wow, it is really something else. Hopefully we'll get some snowpack on that mountain. We need it. All right, a reminder, we've added more live news to KGW Plus. Just tune in to Sunrise exclusively on KGW Plus from 7 to 9 a.m. and later tonight at 5:30 also on Plus. We hope to see you then, and I'll see you at 4. Have a great day.